What an insane map, number 1 of Lotus, and I'm here with Zix. And Zix, every single time that we see these explosive rounds, these explosive maps, this is 100 Thieves looks the best, especially to close it out this time around. So I want to know, what do you think about this meta and even playing around the Neon? You're the only one playing the Neon on Lotus to keep up with the pace and even match and force everybody to match your own.
Yeah, I think that the meta works really well for us and also doesn't work really well for us, because I think that like Vice is an insane agent at like stopping fast play. So a lot of like our troubles usually comes from when we have to like kind of slow our pace. But at the same time, it's like we have so many agents on our side that can help us speed up. So I mean, I'd say the meta overall is like good for us, but there's still some like difficulties we have to work around. But yeah, usually when we're playing fast pace is when we're playing really well. And you know, at the start of Lotus, we started kind of slowing things down for no reason. But then, you know, we picked things back up in like the second half and at the second part of the first half. Yeah.
And I mean, you guys close out the map, so you look amazing. Best of luck for the second one.
Yeah, there we heard from Zix, and here we're going to see what that man cooked up on this bonus round. This is actually nearly exactly how they won the bonus round against MIBR, and it shows the power of the double controller, double initiator. So I'm going to draw some attention to how they're spaced right now across the map. And in the start of the round, you can see Cryo, he's dedicated over here to A. And his whole goal is to just throw a lurk smoke, give the comms to Boostio, what's going on? Is there one person playing A, 3? What are they doing? Boostio is reacting to any and everything. So you'll see him actually have a fault line ready for this push. You'll see him have a fault line ready for this push. And then later on, you're actually going to see him have like diagonal fault lines, one for B, but then also one all the way for C. And this is just awareness of anything that's going 100 Thieves' way. So now as we play the round, you can see there's the lurk smoke from Cryo. And as you see Boostio walking up right here, you can see him front B. He's just listening into the wall with a stinger, playing close range, fault line in, fault line out, ready to react to all of his players. And over here at Mound, you have the Haunt coming in from EU, the TP from Xander to get that distance away from his team. They get that Mound control, and we progress into the next part of the mid-round. All through this time of the round, Cryo's remaining holding this A push, and actually will refresh the lurk smoke on this A site. So let's remove the drawing there. And when they exec, it's actually going to be after Asuna makes this Vice wall pop up. So Asuna baits out some of the Vice util on C, pushes the rotate over to C, then they open up the door, and the first Prowler is used by EU. So this is clearing out all of this front B area, both by the box and into B site. And you can see Boostio's actually ready to fault line any aggression right here. Always ready for that layer of the hit. He still has yet to use this fault line, by the way, and it's pretty ridiculous how he ends up using it. So now they're going to regroup C after they put that B pressure. Cryo's lurk smoke is refreshed. You can see it over there on the mini map. And that puts Mata in a very odd spot because he's currently on the screen clearing out front B. And with this lurk smoke down at A, he's going to want to rotate to door. That is the incorrect play. And now as we go back into the hit, you can see the hits coming in. They have a breach flash high, a Haunt in the corner, which could only be broken by someone at Bend. So if that Haunt pings, you know no one's there. Asuna then gets a free path into the site. And this is actually just straight magic. Okay, so on the hit, we have crazy amounts of util about to be cut through the site. You have a Paranoia getting cut through. You still have this fault line being held. So there's a smoke spawn. Asuna pops his wall to avoid this spawn player because he's currently being utiled out. Plays in the middle ground. This fault line from Boostio is finally going to be used on the flood into the site. And it just shows how many layers 100 Thieves has in these hits. I don't think NRG could have ever been prepared for a hit like this. So I'm curious right now what Bonkar has to say ahead of map 2.
Hey guys, I'm here with Bonkar from NRG, and I want to ask you, that first map, it didn't really go your way, but it was very close, and we've seen the growth and the improvement since that last match. So I want to ask, what was the prep like? Because we know Finesse, for being this guy that's studying VODs, is looking at the other team and is learning. Is that how the system is working out right now to make sure that you win that second and third map?
Yeah, I mean, we do our prep, our VOD reviewing of these things. This week it's more been fixing a new comp and a different playstyle, but yeah.
All right, thank you so much. Best of luck.
I mean, you can see the disappointment there, right? And it was such a close game. The closer it is, the more of a heartbreak, surely.
He's definitely disappointed because, like I said, I mean, they had seen that bonus actually in that MIBR game. Yeah, Asuna had the Neon ult in that instance, but it's the same philosophy where they're just sitting on that breach stun. They're just waiting for reaction, any kind of flood, and NRG fell right into the trap.
It's just so tough. It's so tough. They're so NRG is so close every single time. Finesse, he gets 3 kills in the overtime round, man, and he's one off of his breach ult, and then it's a 1v1, and it comes down to that, and I just like fall to my knees.
I'll watch like grown man fall.
Yeah, no, he literally
happening?
fell to his knees, like he was on the floor.
Oh my gosh, every time.
This was an incredible match, though. It delivers,
The
man. It
first map was
delivers.
insane.
Both of these teams have been delivering, and it all came down to so many individual hero moments. One of the players that stood out very early on was Sandra as well. So many high-impact kills for his team.
Yeah, he was taking out Mata quite often on whether it was the C-Mount fight or the A-Rubble fight, using his Omen Flash. The re-clear on Mata in here, which me and you were both like, whoa, how did he get that kill? But yeah, denying Mata from really getting going early on, I think it was a really good recipe for success for 100 Thieves to get in this. And that trap play, by the way, from the entire team, that was picture perfect.
How sick is this? This package of kills and just plays from Xander just shows his range as a player, right? You see all these flash pushes, TP pushes, him playing passive in the late round. Now we have EU on the screen, initiator of the year. This guy's just constantly having great games for 100 Thieves.
I spoke about him in the pre-show, saying that he is like the clutch player for 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And he delivered on 2 big clutches in this series, and one of them being closing out the entire map. He just dunked on Mata with that shorty 1v1 head-to-head.
Crazy. It actually is crazy. I mean, you pointed out in the end of regulation, FNS getting first bloods onto Asuna. It looked like it was all falling apart. I'm losing my mind back here. Like, this is so typical. This is so typical. 100 Thieves.
I mean, what do you want to see from map 2 then? Like, do you think you're going to have a repeat close match, or do you think one team is going to run away with it?
I think it'll be super close.
Be super
Pearl,
close.
FNS. I trust him here. No Cove incident. No Cove incident was up. Too soon? No, seriously though,
again, bro.
They're actually insane here.
I mean, both teams, absolutely insane. The players are already showing up for that, and rightfully so. It's an elimination game. The loser is out of the tournament. This map 2 is coming up very shortly, so don't go anywhere. We're going to see you after the break.
Welcome back for map 2 here in our second elimination day in week 2, second game of week 2. Too many weekdays.
Day 2, week 2,
it's gonna
game
be good.
2, map
100
2.
Thieves, 100 Thieves versus
We're 2
NRG. We are. We just had an OT match to start. This one's going to be huge. On the second one, it's going to be NRG's pick of Pearl. They have something to fix between the maps, because it looked like they could have grabbed that, but little things were falling away from them. We'll see if Pearl turns out better.
I mean, you already listened to, for example, Baby Bay at the desk, how not necessarily disappointed he is in terms of like NRG's results, but how sad he could be because they're always so close. They come out with different iterations from technically season to season where it almost always looks like a super team, and then suddenly they just let everybody down. And hopefully it's not going to be the case, especially now, as we just mentioned before the break, they have an opportunity to study how 100 Thieves topple down to Sentinels on this map.
Yeah.
It'll be intrigued to see here, at least on the side of 100 Thieves, nothing coming out, but NRG would be a very interesting comp. And indeed it is. I think looking at this so far is that, yes, you have a tail moving through, but he's only got one way to really drone around the map. Yes, you could still somewhat scale towards long B, but if you're already gonna use that, what could you really use to try to re-clear back towards mid or so? It has to be explosive. I don't think I remember seeing a breach on Pearl in a very long time, at least in the games that I've watched out of top of mind. So I really want to know here what Bankar and Finesse and Som have been really cooking for this team on this map to try to push us to bind.
Heck yeah, I feel like that fault line is going to be towards B-Link a lot, towards the Art, where you can be sure it's going to hit somebody. Seeing a fault line up the long area of Pearl, you just have so many things to die. I love it. I love it. We'll see what they have in the mix. They are going to be on the attack side first for the side of NRG with that breach, and 100 Ds with that Vise comp for Boostio. Defensive push towards C-Long, or B-Long.
And also very difficult for NRG in the early rounds to get their own information quick, right? There's no knife that you could throw to see if there's pressure coming out from 100 Thieves towards the A orb. You can't really scale out at the very beginning on recalled smokes behind it to see what's happening towards the B side. But thankfully, as they kick things off for a full contact play out towards Art, nobody is there for 100 Thieves, and finally the first contact comes from Xander playing towards Secret.
Two frenzies here for NRG. You know they're going to be running around in sight, trying to rush down the members of 100 Thieves who bought Ghosts, went for the long fight towards that B area. They can still come into play here as they start to route around a 3-2 split with 3 on the flank here. A lot of that utility to get back into sight.
It's a sheer wall that, it's going to open up.
Whoa!
Didn't hold with the team, so that's going to waste a bit of that time, and Boostio's out in the open alone.
Wall goes down. They know the timing now. Just waiting for Asuna and team on the other side with that flash to be able to hit it. They do not know about Verno. They still peek, but Verno's going to be able to get one right click down. 100 Thieves feeling good here, but Mata is able to trade it back and give NRG the upper hand in this. The spike is down to almost a fast beat, but it's going to be too late.
Already got that suck coming out as well, yeah. Couple of kills coming through, but this is a great pistol round for NRG. The reaction, even if Ethan died first in that moment, after the engagement, you know that there's actually 3 players pushing out from 100 Thieves' side. So what do you do for NRG? You try to push as a group for those rotating back from the spawn from that B side. You punish them, and it just allows for you to have a better crossfire setup, more delays playing from the Art. Especially with a plant out in the open like this that could be crossfired from A main and also from Art. It's probably the cleanest plant that you want.
Yeah.
Sometimes the safest one is tucked in that corner.
Don't say that, but I'll lock that.
But if you do want to add more ideas around that, playing out in the open is the perfect plant.
Cool to see the frenzy a bit more. Those few bullets added really make it troublesome to deal with. So you see, Boostio did go straight for a Sheriff this time, just keeping the flash up. So looking to get some damage down, maybe hit a few headshots. He's always been good for a couple. As they insert now Mata towards the right side of the map, Marshall up, and they start to work around.
This is just map manipulation. You want to try to make some noise around here so that, especially with this spot that we're looking right now for Mata, nothing gets cleared. He has a perfect angle for the Marshall, gets a pick, and if there's more players coming through, well, that's enough information to give for Finesse to say, hey, let's just fast pivot towards the B site. But Mata, after that kill, nobody else came out, so they still have to play the close contact information game, potentially use util that they don't really have because they don't have that drone here for Ethan, so stay as a group.
Yeah, they're going to stick together. I mean, you don't even have Xander Smokes anymore. So NRG knows they're going to go into sight with only the angles they're creating off of Som Stars. And that's going to be easy. They look towards back and they cover everything. Simple sight take on that low buy for 100 Thieves.
And the interesting thing too, though, is as you look at an easy entry towards NRG, towards this B site, it's actually still Finesse that goes in for that plan where Ethan, with the plan, could be halfway to the Armageddon, or maybe getting Blade Storms from Mata as he's only 2 away. So for NRG, they don't want to potentially focus on these ult orbs at the very beginning that they could funnel and start to take advantage of these ults and the potential bonus buys that they have here against 100 Thieves. But for 100 Thieves, you see it. They're just trying to die to Spike and allow for that ult economy that we just mentioned before for NRG to build up. Just like it sort of did on Lotus before.
Carrying these 2 Phantoms over is going to be so nice. Shaboom. Easy capitalize on those. As NRG clean 2 first rounds. All the util that they've set up towards A in the first round, the wall was huge. And then towards B, with that frag from Mata dodging out on Asuna's knife towards A, they picked up a very big impact frag on Xander's Smoke. So We wonder what happens now as Cryo brings out the op. They're going to set that up on B line.
A glass cannon to start too, just enough economy to go here for the Cloudburst and op, and no armor, no updraft.
Yeah.
But there are, or I guess he used it here to look down that line. I think he's on that double box to look down towards B.
Right.
And that's the advantage. We talked about the economy that, or the util that NRG doesn't really have to go for the aggressive skill or info. That's a great spot to be with the operator.
Ethan farming orbs, just 4 away from that. And finesse, back to his old ways of take time.
This is such an interesting wall that we just saw here in that free cam set up by Boostio. The scaling that you want to have, trying to take control of Cathedral. You're going to have potentially a flash coming out with the wall. You have everybody stalled in from the Razor Vines, and you can just start spamming from the dugout. But that could be flushed up by Ethan salvos too.
Bunch of vines going down. Nobody's going to be able to walk there yet, but that may give a false sense of security. The vines go away. They feel they can run in sight. They may have just spotted that wall, though. Everybody stay away from the right side. You saw that kind of tuck down coming in from Mata.
Mata's still inserted, though.
Makes out that wall. They're going to get into the site. Cryo trades one, but Mata's already in a very sticky position. You can see the wall is actually preventing from getting around there. Just a sliver open, but no movement possible. And that is going to cordon off NRG, so they are taken down one by one. The flash comes through. Boostio capitalizes on 2 more as he gets 3 overall in the round.
The unsung hero for that round was EU's utility as well.
Yeah,
the stall that you had at the very beginning, and then you have a C's being thrown at that spot, and I think it tethered like 2 players at least. And when that smoke disappeared here, thrown by Mata to try to save his teammate, it was a free reign kill for Cryo right at this spot when this wall comes down. Look at that tether. And then finally, clean retake towards the end.
Just let me swing, please. Just let me swing, man. Just let, yes, please.
Because he had all of that trap set up, it would have been easy for him to gain that confidence and just stalling those players across with a nice little trap setup. And solo util, but NRG now, that was a bonus round, so they have a rifle round going into round number 4. Bladestorm from Mata, same spot, so kind of just playing the very similar way as they did in the anti-eco.
Yeah, you see all these vice walls too. Wherever they can place it a little bit diagonally, double cover there for Art, and that lurk into back mid, as well as the one that we see right now, Verno standing on.
That's the advantage, too, of the drone out from Teo instead of, for example, a Prowler or a drone to get so much distance, so you could start even further back. That will also confirm that nobody's pushed up with the operator to hold a tight angle.
Expected Cryo hopping behind the screen.
Exactly, and he's watching streets for now.
Knife hits Colin, but he actually sees everybody up top anyway, so it's not going to matter. That's actually good info to know they haven't pushed up. They're not committing just yet. And you see how quick A is starting to adjust, thinking people are going to be coming through main.
But there's 30 seconds left, and you've barely seen any util being used here on the defensive side. So EU's already stacked at the right spot. He has full util once again. Yeah, they don't have the operator, but they have so much stall still.
Almost one shot there from Mata. Just into the roof. Yeah, they're stalled out by the Razor Vines. Boostio getting to a real stinky spot right here, and he's going to be able to get one onto Mata. Obviously traded in the one and done. Oh dear, that is a lot of blind members of NRG, but they're all bunny hopping around to break the crosshairs. Fragment goes down. They're going to be able to spam one down. That's a spike as well in the hands of FNS falling as 100 Thieves clean up the rest of the round to bring it 2-2.
Again, taking too much time to entry towards that A site, and with the amount of util that's still available for 100 Thieves, those stores on the ground, the C's once again that comes out here from EU. Look at the Razor Vines. There's no opportunities to even split going to these last second rounds, so they have to identify this quite early here for NRG. Trying to pull this early util being set up.
Wait, I mollied him. Relax, buddy. Relax, buddy.
He's like, I was going to get that kill out. You didn't have to spam him.
The thing is, yes, he would have got that kill with the molly, but I think the plant would have gone down if it wasn't for that spam for EU. So
the things they don't know that we do. It was a good play. It was a good play. The teamwork is huge right now for 100 Thieves to pick those two up. A little bit of a low buy here as NRG is going to push a little harder to see if they can get these Deagles to work for them.
At least you're starting to see it on how NRG is trying to scale up here towards this tree where they don't have necessarily the Prowler or the Aldrone or Recon Dart. It's just bringing that fault line, leveraging the ones that could shoot here for your team to try to fight back. Yes, it's only shares for now, but anticipate those in potential gun rounds here if they want to try to go for the mid-round takes.
I'm sure they do. They heard a few fire and everybody backed off from that very forward defensive position for 100 Thieves. And now holding a bit of the entries. It doesn't look like they're going to be able to really protect each other, so these shots got to count.
Technically, how do you walk out of these smokes usually from art with this type of composition? So you could get punished, and you will.
You haven't seen much walking out of the smokes. They are hopping around, though, if they can get themselves to safety. It's just been a scatter. The chaos. 100 Thieves is thriving, and right now, oh my word, breaking some ankles there as Cryo lands on FNS.
You love seeing that from Cryo, right? He's playing a stage on split, able to pull out multi-kills, then going into a clove, still not creating the same type of aggressive space, but when he gets to play freeing on Jet, he mentioned it before, I'm just a one-trick Jet trying to play other agents. And when he actually gets to play into his wheelhouse, something he's been known for since his exit days, pretty much.
Yep. Hey, man, he may be a one-trick Jet, but that Jet has a lot of tricks in the bank. Crazy stuff. The 3K there.
Anti-eco, but you'll still take it, right?
Yeah.
And how you want to move forward. It's still a heavy investment to bring out an operator, to still want to throw your life away like that. But okay, we're going back to that mid-control for NRG, and that fault line is going to get ready to go down that straight again, but there's a shear right up, and that's heard by Mata. So they could bait that out at the very beginning, and that could actually bait the two players forward to get hit by that fault line as soon as the wall comes down.
They're still going to be peeking. There's the fault line we were
Perfect.
talking about. Giving themselves the safety to take Street. Spike is still down, though. This is all just an adventure. They're trying to figure out what's around the map, and Verno found something he did not want. Xander is there with a headshot.
It's still pretty good. You have this fault line coming down this place, and then you have salvos on these spots. Where could you actually play on the defense to try to hold down that triple push? So you are playing around just trade abilities with the util in your aggression for energy. Very, very nice look with this strange comp.
They know A main will be a problem, but this could be art to A as they route around the backside here. You have the pressure from Mata that would kind of hold the flank here. He's going to make his way around. They're going to go all the way back, fans.
Oh, this is her too.
30 seconds left.
As soon as it comes through Ivy.
Yeah.
Oh, but I think Asuna just heard it, and that's going to be stalled out. At least they'll get a plant, but that's no Armageddon for the post plant or energy.
Really nice map control. This is really what we had expected to see. Energy just kind of around the world here to get themselves to plant.
But with all this map space, they're still planting scared in a default spot, so you have to play within the site. And you know that 100 Thieves are good for the flood retakes. This might not be the best plant now for energy.
Blade Storm for Cryo. He's going to get util over the shoulder to take this space. Cosmic Divide comes out to split whoever is long. That's going to be Sam and Finesse. They are still hitting shots from the side of Energy as 100 Thieves try to take the site. And nothing goes down for that retake. EU is just waiting for the pain to come through, and Mata delivers that as they pick up a third round on the side of NRG.
Turns out good in the end here for NRG on the pulse plant, staying within the site. Two players out in the open too. Probably seeing here there's not too much coming across in terms of util to potentially blind them.
And a nice ult denial round, right? We had Cryo bring out the Blade Storm there, and the Cosmic Divide at the end, and NRG worked right through.
So with 10 seconds left, at least there's still enough economy here for Cryo to once again bring out the operator. Trying to fight back towards the A main, because a few rounds ago, for 2 rounds actually, you had the insert of Mata quite early towards the orb, behind that box. It's already to be pinged out. Watch out for that spot. But that knife is actually good. It already spots Mata. And only Mata, but that could be good enough to know here that they're going to stick as a group.
Quick kill on the drone.
My ultimate's ready.
Always on the front line. Mata's ready to step forward here. Util's ready, but Busio is steel guarded just behind these smokes. There it is.
So much.
Oh my gosh. Both of them go down? Oh no.
But everything got used instantly on that pop.
Busio, quick spike is down. That's going to be scramble. How is Busio still alive in this situation? Gets himself a gun here too, and they're still going to be able to keep trading. NRG, they really can't enter the site, but they're also not adapting to what these trades are. And Sam, left alone here on the other side, going to get haunted out, and 100 Thieves should close down on a 4th round for themselves.
It was still pretty good here for 100 Thieves towards the end.
Yeah.
I mentioned that both Razorvines came out. They already went for the concuss, the suck over on the defensive end here for 100 Thieves, but it's understandable because they all got hit here by to only play with pistols. And then that was good enough here to just stall so that the weapons come back out and they could flip back and fight. So Nice little answer back.
And this has to feel good for 100 Thieves, right? Usually a team will find your op, go away from the op, but they did that to start. And 100 Thieves was easily able to hold the site, just util. They still have to worry about Cryo, where he will be placed. They're not finding any consistencies with that yet. So I feel like 100 Thieves have a little bit of room to play with here that FNS and squad have to start to decipher. All right, another one for 100 Thieves. They take a 4th round. That one just waits it out. We get a Phantom save. But we see Lucio's like, thank you for the Phantom. I love this. And the rest of the team is just cleaning up because that entry did not work.
One enemy remaining.
And they tried. They tried to jump across through the razor vines, at least to try to get some picks or some trades. But you're closing that gap, closing that distance. The reposition coming out from Bucio to engage on the first fight. And to lock out energy from entering towards B was quite clean. Now you're calling that timeout.
A lot of work from Bangkok now. He is absolutely instilling some new strategy into the team as they come in and letting him know what he's been seeing from the outside.
They definitely have been getting a lot of success here, working towards this street, working towards art.
That's
not
true.
too much in terms of contesting in that area. And I do remember in a similar matchup just against Sentinels, for example, it was a close game that went back and forth, but a Kaplan timeout saw Sentinels just pounding the B street into the B hits, and it was the weak side play for 100 Thieves. But the thing is that's different this time around is you're seeing how active Bucio has been setting up all different types of setup from the Vice, from site to site. And that's also the studying and what they've learned here for 100 Thieves when they brought a Killjoy last time around, and now seeing the value of what it could add more with the Vice in the comp. So you have such good stall. Yeah, Operator still out here for Cryo, working out towards the A side. So that hasn't changed for 100 Thieves, but they are playing a 2-1-2. For them to try to get information in the mid-round, they have Stars and EU's responsibility to try to Prowler haunt in that spot.
Oh, dodges the Prowler. They're going to take that A main control. So Breach ultimate. It seems like NRG has been having a really tough time of even getting to the post plant. So a lot of the util's been used beforehand, and that's where 100 Thieves is able to just come back and say, we don't have to worry about X and X. It feels much more comfortable to take the site.
And this is what we're talking about. When the drone comes out, yes, it sees EU towards Art, quite standard position here from your Fade. But then that means it's so much more difficult for you to try to get that drone to scale towards Long B, so you are trying to crunch in to fight towards the streets. This time it's a contact play, and Som found the timing. This could be very good here so that they could pinch back towards Art control.
The knife falling all the way over towards A. A quick one from Asuna to try and gain an idea of what's going on around the map, and they're going to call everyone back here with this lurk coming in from Som.
Yeah, I mean, they anticipate somebody still playing towards the staircase of Art into the A connector. So Som comes in, it's going to be a free kill.
This is insane. Stop it. Stop it. Oh, he took a picture before he did that.
Almost the timing there with Cryo. Almost got the tap with the Operator to even the score, but it's NRG with the advantage on the pulse plant.
They back out. They're going to actually leave Mata in sight here just to get a little aggressive. 100 Thieves, they're going to start having to worry about how NRG is getting behind enemy lines and now putting the pain on inside sight. EU cannot get the quick trade on. They go for a quick flash. Nice turn by EU, and that pop flash coming in from Asuna. The teamwork coming into play, and that's how we've seen these retakes from 100 Thieves become successful.
Yeah, but he came out damaged 3 HP. You still have an Operator for Cryo, and look at the amount of util for the stall this time around for NRG with this comp.
Gonna be too tough there. You're right. They back off, and it still stays. They have to figure out what's happening in that mid, towards Art, towards Street, and why someone is getting through. Som with a huge lurk this round.
We're almost seeing flashbacks of like 2021, 2022. The amount of stalls that you had when Astra was so good with the 5 stars already. You had lineups with Sovas, you had snake bites, mollies at the same time, Killjoy mollies for lineups, and you're just having 5-on-5s and 5-on-5 retakes trying to break util, and that's something that 100 Thieves identified against Sentinels, and I feel like going into this game, they have to be a lot more a lot more proactive,
Yeah.
much quicker to bait all of that util in the very beginning to stand a chance here in the defuse moments.
And that was very telling. He had all 5 stars there. 3 kind of on the dismiss and used, but they went into sight. No util. Absolute surprise to 100 Thieves there. And that could have been a big surprise, but we do still get a kill from EU on the shots.
Yeah, upshot miss. It was all part of the plan, but Som gets another lurk kill. He evens it up on a 4v4.
They're still looking for him. He's going to see the gun before they see him. He pulls out just in time.
Nah, it wouldn't happen. We're not watching EMEA here. They're going to do the sideways peek into the smoke.
Jumps out, just to the left. Now Verno knows he's got to dabble with this fight. Cosmic Divide's going to give him a little bit of security and that sense of safety here. Oh my gosh, Mata. Hearing the footsteps are probably just muffled by the Cosmic Divide, but still staying patient and ready. They got to know he's here. He's played that position almost every time they've had the sight, right? Right? Holy. He's so patient, right? He's waiting for them to actually pass through. Yeah, the latest he can be just to be a nuisance. Oh, it takes so much just to take him out, and he buys so much time for the team. Now, you still have the utility from Ethan, too. My gosh, it's just cat and mouse. Giving 100 Thieves nothing on the peaks.
Give him now.
One, that's going to be the half defuse. This is it for Asuna. The play comes through. The patience was there, but 100 Thieves know when it comes down to the wire how much time they have.
You 100% have to give it to the one that was shielding for him in the get-go. The thing is, with the delays from the salvo of Ethan, or just Teo in general, is nice for that spike denial for the defuse, but you know where those salvos are coming from.
Yeah.
So instead of overextending and trying to use that as a bait, Boostio just stays and watches that angle. He knows that potentially it's going to be a double swing on that same line.
Why'd you leave?
Or at least on both sides. So Boostio did a great job just holding that spot, gets his one, and gives a chance here for Asuna to just get the defuse towards the end.
Man, and we see one of the Opry takes finally work there. It didn't even come into play, but the team was able to fix the bit of error and get that 5th round for themselves on the side 100 Thieves. Still another map that's just going back and forth. The teams read each other and adapt quick. Here the art play again, Vans. The pressure of the play. Sam comes up with 2 big frags to start him off, and they're going to be pressuring A-side right away.
At least there's still delays that could come out from Boostio. He still has one shear and at least a Razor Vines on towards Cathedral.
That wall doesn't allow him left side coverage of the site. Just trying to peek through the angle he wants. Oh, hello! A big surprise there as the wall drops for Boostio. Salvo. The flush is so good. Nobody on 100 Thieves has any place to stand after Sam's opening frags here. And now 100 Thieves look to keep the op alive, but this is just going to be a lot. Going after Cryo, gets Verno out of the air, but Ethan's there to capitalize on the kill.
And they've done enough to break that econ. You won't see an operator going into the next round potentially. Especially Boostio at 1850 only. Yeah, definitely not enough, but I gotta say, going at the beginning of the round, it seems still that 100 Thieves had a good read on how they wanted to, or where the opponents were coming from. With that one-way spot, the Tether already grabbed 2, but saw him come in across there. Hit down by low HP from the Seas and still gets both of them at different angles swinging out.
Enemy kill.
Sometimes it's just the way the game is played. You could have that great read, but you have to be on point towards the shots in the end. And it's good for Som, allowing NRG to tie things up at a 5-5.
Oh my God. I feel like that's the story of each team, one round after the other. Somebody gets freight train just rolled over, and then there's a rebuttal. They have an answer. NRG and 100 Thieves are keeping the pressure on each other, no matter what the case. This timeout now called by Zix, getting one of the final ones in here in the first half for themselves. We could get another 6-6 on this one. It sure seems like it.
Using it in the right moments, too. You saw the timeout coming earlier from Bakar. And then since then, it kind of went back and forth, but with a broken econ coming out here from the 100 Thieves, that timeout would necessarily potentially even go towards that last round of what they could do with the rifles, because Cryo doesn't have Blade Storm. They can't really be in good positions to try to fight back into any sort of trap plays, and you're just hoping maybe those sharers could do something in terms of these this power of number that they have towards this B site.
They run the pistol round. They say, let's get back out here. We'll do the C push, move up, allow Xander to hold on A, and 100 Thieves goes back to what works at first for their low buys here. Spikes down for NRG as they just mill about the map. And after a timeout, you're either going to go really fast or you're going to respect what your opponent could be coming up with. So NRG are expecting something crazy here.
I mean, it's been a long time. That has dwindled down in this round. So 100 Thieves are like, well, they're probably working towards this A site. They walk up, they get spotted by the drone. This is very, again, just the protocols that NRG has on the anti-ecos. And the trades are perfect at this point so that NRG comes out on top. They still have Mata inserted towards that A site. No players pushing up. So at the very least, they know they're playing a 4v2 on that site because of all these trades that happened on top B. That only got spotted 3 players out of the 5 from 100 Thieves.
Ooh, A hit, waiting. Oh, Xander tries to time it. But NRG know there's a few more layers to what's going to happen inside before they dive in. Mata tries to break crosshairs, is going to take the kill himself. And yeah, they just hide over towards that right side. And I like that. Usually the wall's there. They're practicing for if they all need to get over the wall.
Not ready yet. Good hit.
Yeah, and if not, the rest of them just kind of stuck together too. If there were any razor vines or whatnot, you stay crouched, and you can start trading here accordingly. Thankfully, they only lose 1 player in the whole process for the end of this round. And that also engages a lot of ults into the last round. An important one being the Rolling Thunder. Now in the hands of Finesse.
Man, NRG is really playing the patience game here. They're going from each side of the map to figure out what feels good. I mean, we saw them all the way up at C. They're ending A now. It seems to be where they feel most protected, especially using the Tejo utility from that A main position and then recovering the site in post-plant. So is it the 3 ults? The operator's back in as they finally get that money, and it's not going to be a glass op this time. Push it out towards mid. It's been a lot towards A for 100 Thieves. They're trying something different.
It's back towards street control. This time with a flash instead of the fault line, really trying to give a tell. No walls coming through. It's been utilized towards this B site for 100 Thieves. Thing is, Asuna is a little bit out in the open here, and they have to start anticipating this hit. And that Rolling Thunder we mentioned before allows for them to start pivoting in that spot. A trade of util, a trade of ults, and there's nothing left now for both of the teams in terms of ults. Oh.
Just silence now. They cut all noise after using the Rolling Thunder to get the rotations out. Do they re-hit? Do they go? Whoa, what? Cryo misses the shot, doesn't even hit FNS.
That might be a crucial kill missed. Another one missed by Cryo, but an opener now for NRG. Yet they still have 2 players for 100 Thieves. Up towards this B site.
Whoa, crosshair break, but they're going to bring it back down as Busio does find one. This is easily going to give NRG the site. The lurk from Xander could be big. He sees the wall, though, that's going to give him up. Beautiful placement here by Verno. Just what NRG is doing around the map, continuously making 100 Thieves think again or go a different route.
And they've been good in these spots, playing inside the site with the crossfire setup. Going to be very difficult, especially with the wall that was spotted earlier on, given up by Xander. It's such a long flank, so much time is being wasted.
Okay, quick trades, just drops into sight, and we finally see Xander coming into play here. He couldn't get through street because of the wall. Finesse is gonna push him out, flush him with the fault line, and find a separation of a score line too. 7-5 for NRG.
Yeah, so many rounds and regulations have finished at halves that has been fully even, 6-6 every time.
Yeah.
But finally, NRG, I mean, it's still a 7-5 scoreline towards the end, but a lead is a lead, and you're gonna take it. You'll take advantage of these moments too, where if the star player like Cryo is missing op shots like that, then you'll definitely take it for NRG to play with a lot more confidence, a lot more swing, and be less afraid to play against the operator.
Wow. The adaptation really coming in here for NRG, doing nice on that first half to make sure they can come out strong as we get into our second half. Right now, we're going to throw it over to Dryad, standing by with our watch party friends, Ethos and Jessica.
And it's a great match, and it means that we have great guests here at the arena. I'm joined by Jess and Ethos. And guys, this match has been so close. Jess, did you think it was going to be this close?
Honestly, I would expect a hard sweep from either team. I feel like it's always like a 50-50 flip, but I'm rooting for 100 Thieves today, so I'm hoping that they win.
And I mean, going back to how close it is, did you also think it was going to be even for first and second map?
Yeah, I mean, I think both these teams are really good at losing, so, you know, I think it's pretty even between the two of them, honestly.
It's more of a losing match situation here.
Oh, well, one of them has to win.
Right, and then I see you right now. You have a NRG hoodie, so you're supporting NRG. You used to be part of NRG, right? So you're supporting NRG right now.
Yeah, I mean, even though they fired me, I don't hold any grudges. Like, I love, you know, I've been with them for like 3 years, so actually I'm getting a little hot. Hold on.
Oh, you know, no, go ahead. Go ahead. Wait, what's going on here? Wait, what's going on here? So you're feeling the 100 Thieves now?
What?
100 Thieves?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just feel a lot cooler like this, really. And I don't know, I feel like a winner, so.
Oh, feeling like a winner. I mean, we have 100 Thieves and 100 Thieves here, so let us switch. Let's send it back to the casters to see if 100 Thieves are going to win this one.
Oh man, you know, I'm not superstitious, but if curses were real, I don't. Is that how you curse a team? Is it? Whoa, that was intense. Thank you so much to Jessica and Ethos for hanging out here doing the stream. Check them out as well as they are watch partying, and it is a good match. They got it, and somebody does have to lose here, Vance.
Yeah, quite the obvious thing. And going into this pistol, no real raid bosses either going from either teams, but a lot of ghosts trying to leverage a distance once again for energy. A crossfire set up for 3 players towards the street. 100 of these are moving quickly towards this area.
Quick frags indeed towards street. Who's going to be the king of the street, though, is the question. As Sam and the rest of the team come through, this pistol round is spicy right now, as it's just the W key from both teams towards mid, and it is going to be Sam and the squad to pick it up.
We're playing team deathmatch on Plaza or something.
Looks like insane. I thought I was seeing respawns for a second. What the heck?
That was so quick from left to right, and how quick they were to push up for the flank on the top of B main back into the streets. And you mentioned who's the king of those streets. It's going to be energy coming out of that pistol, and that's again another great start on that side. They've won both pistols on their map pick here of Pearl. They could slowly start snowballing here the amount of rounds, the economy on their side. But for 100 Thieves, they don't want to go for any half shields, no sheriffs. Full classic round on their side, and they already got the orb denied on their side too, so that's another big loss coming into this round for the attack side.
Yeah, focusing that up on Sam so he can stay with the judge. Not gonna move, he's gonna stay and deliver. Gets 2 for himself before going down. Just a bit of a pickup for Cryo here, but limping into the site with that judge he is going to be. Oh my gosh, the classic shots in this series so far have been ridiculous, but Ethan comes up with a stinger and adds the pain to the round. Taking down 2 members of 100 Thieves quick. Now Cryo's on a bit of a lurk.
Thing is, right now for Cryo, I wonder if he's going to try to save this judge. I was going to say, if he wants to move around and try to find a lurk or something, you don't want to fall into the same trap.
Here.
I think that was Verno towards Lotus, where you're just going to stay alive and, okay, he's going to get the orb. I like him. So don't let Sam get the judge. He gets the orb. Now he's just going to run back with 30 seconds left into the site where he could lose his life. And again, as I was just going to mention, you want Verno to, like he did towards Verno, staying alive towards Lotus and only getting 1,000 credits. So he is just going to thunderfoot back into the A site. But this will also build an ult or potentially for Ethan, as he's at the right spot to get the kill.
Oh my gosh. He's here. All right. Another round going in favor of NRG. Looking pretty good to start things off here. Can they get the bonus, though? A lot of teams, NRG grabbed bonus, ran away with 400 Thieves, has shown the same in their games.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the buy is going to be, at least on the side of the defenders for energy with the bonus. Mata's coming out with a rifle, another one for finesse.
It's going to be tough.
I need a weapon. Thank you. Now we wait.
Trying to look around too if they were maybe trying to take a Marshall or an Outlaw, but it's just going to be the same judge now onto some. More aggression coming out on the defensive side for NRG. Oh, and they're fighting.
Right away. Yeah, using the drone to clear now to see if they really want to take this fight. Ethan and Nada don't really have angles to protect each other, so they're going to back off from this. Already taken towards Art. Asuna moving slow past the star, along with... Here's Cryo. Great timing.
On paper, everything's pretty good, though, for NRG to stall. Som has the timing with the judge, but he's too far. He's got to close that gap.
So smart. Sam has had so many impact plays here. The information he's providing to the squad has been so big, allowing NRG the right moves and where to go. Xander, though, trades one back, so the judge does fall, and they're going to hightail it out of their Vans.
Thing is, there was an over-rotation coming out from NRG, so the streets are actually open for 100 Thieves to set up. EU even staying inserted towards Art, so he cuts the rotate.
Oh, finesse.
Are they going to move back towards A?
Yeah.
Thing is, the haunts are being thrown, so the jig is up.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds left as Ethan could still be set up. 10 seconds left on the salvos, and Finesse still has 2 flashes, so maybe you want to wait for your teammate to work together now.
Giving a lot of respect to the situation, knowing anything can happen here. And that's part of it, what they were waiting for. So salvo down for the rest of the round now. It's going to be the push in from both sides. Can they get the timing right, though?
Finesse is still set up for a fault line if they want to try to crunch back towards Art.
Oh, the turn! No way! Asuna with the timing, and they took just enough time. NRG is playing this beautifully. On the retake, EU, he's been here, he's done this. Can it be again? One kill, knows it's a fake, never gonna be true on that one. It doesn't want to peek out as the haunt comes up, alerted to the utility. And he still gets to play the cat and mouse game. Backing up time's not gonna be there, and it is gonna be the win for EU and 100 Thieves to get that bonus round.
EU in another moment where he's able to get the clutch. A 4K before, this time the Red Bull clutch on a 1v2. And using his util at the right moment.
One enemy remaining.
Look at the swing out. That was an instant coming out headshot onto Ethan through the smoke.
Those moments, too, where he gets the frag but sees the arm of the diffuser and doesn't choose to try that kill. He plays his life, plays annoying. Instances where you are just amazed at these players' quick reaction and not kind of walking in to death on that. And it is going to be EU doing it again.
Mata with an operator playing the same spot as Cryo did the first time 100 Thieves purchased an op on the defensive side. On the top of B, looking back towards the orb. The thing is, though, for 100 Thieves, because of the victory that they've gotten in that previous round, the health is still pretty decent. Only Xana with a Guardian, as NRG did do some good econ damage in their bonus round. So losing this round here for 100 Thieves, they're going to go back on a save. And NRG has a chance to continue the lead in this second half of Pearl. Seems like 100 Thieves are realizing that, so they don't want to be as quick. They really want to work that map on the information gathering that they want to take this time around on Pearl.
Definitely waiting for that haunt to come back up in a little bit. Flashes are there for sight. They're just using teamwork to break through. Mata with that pressure. We've seen the C-long pressure come through quite a bit, and this time they insert Mata for the frag.
That's no smokes.
No smokes at all. These sites are incredibly hard to take. There's so many angles you need to block off, so this is going to ask everything of 100 Thieves if they try to take it.
And just one Razor Vine being thrown out here by Vernal just stalls the amount of util that was being thrown in the very beginning for 100 Thieves is hit. Now they only have the C's and one flash left on both EU and Asuna.
Flash goes up top. Finesse playing safe, playing his life, trying to be the last one that would get a peek in here as he crossfires with Verno just on that back. Oh, they run through. Look at this death ball that 100 Thieves is trying to use left and right of the structure, but it's going to be still trades from NRG. Slowly coming around, Verno finally getting to the fight. Or sorry, Mata finally getting to the fight.
Only with a shorty and operator.
Yeah, that's why we're not getting any peeks. Oh, but Verno still finds it. Asuna's going to be in the open for this one. The knife is there, but he doesn't have time to use it. Just gets the shot onto Mata, affecting the aim. Spam through the box. Asuna comes up with 3 there, and 100 Thieves are going to find another Red Bull clutch.
Barrel of the gun of the operator sticking out, given a chance here for Asuna to react on the first shot of Mata. They tried to stall as much as they could so that Mata could rotate out from the B to the A site. But you saw that the two pieces of util that was super important that could determine the victory there for 100 Thieves. That flash, yes, it didn't flash anybody, but it created enough space for that double swing out for 100 Thieves, start knocking down the players, defending out towards Secret, out towards the dugout. And for Austin to clutch that round.
They knew they had to move on it, right? The flash was just about all they had to get into sight. Under pressure, not feeling it. 100 Thieves comes up with another round, and 3 ults for this one, too.
Right there.
We talked about a broken economy potential for 100 Thieves. Actually, it's on the side of NRG as they lost that round. Still in a good position. Tejo and Breach going in where they could stall or potentially have the right timing on that stun and the salvos.
Now the NRG death ball. They can go straight up the gut here. They do find Asuna right behind the screens. That's going to be a weapon pickup. No way to protect that one for the side of 100 Thieves.
And these spots towards that box of the A site has always been good position so far. So teams playing towards this map, but the hot sees them.
Beautiful util clear here. Oh, that was real close, actually.
Almost.
Expecting that one to happen. So they're going to push in. Nice concuss to the back of sight. Beautiful stars right now coming in from Xander as the team's able to capitalize off of these. You feel he's in a bit of a sticky spot. And yeah, they're just scaling to the side. This is going to be tough for NRG to even wanna. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The gun they picked up at B-Long is the gun that gets a quadra kill right now. The first kill on Asuna could be the kill that makes the round for NRG.
Cosmic Divide is out too.
You have to be kidding. Mata with the ace, ladies and gentlemen. Picks up another round for NRG, and that was a huge first blood from Asuna to give them that option.
How the hell did he pick up those kills out towards the Secret?
I do not know, but what I do know is that's an iBuyPower ace, so we're going to be doing a $100 Riot gift card and $100 in iBuyPower rewards merch. Make sure you're heading over to iBuyPower socials. Hashtag unlock your ace to make sure you're a part of that and a chance to be grabbing those goodies every time these players get an ace. Also, put a thank you out there to the player. that was absurd, and we knew Mata could bring that kind of play out. We finally get to see a little bit of it.
And now the tables have turned. Broken economy for 100 Thieves. That shouldn't have happened there. And one of those moments where just thrifties were very costly for 100 Thieves against Sentinels. And now Cryo is going to be the one tip of the spear with the Blade Storm. Mana already dropping another one into the round.
Slowly back through. I love these how they reconsider what they're doing. Always going through this mid portion. I feel like right now it's making teams so uncomfortable to readjust to this spot. And already NRG pushes, knowing, okay, we don't have any ground towards A. We're going to remake where we have our safety, which is going to be mid. And now they'll be able to do a pincer move from what looks like art after this site gets hit.
They are playing quite patient for NRG. Still a lot of respect given, though. So space is given. They could be able, they should manage to be able to get the plant now for 100 Thieves. And again, remember, they have Blade Storms available for Cryo. They might turn it around. Look at that flip in the map, too. Also adding a shear towards Flowers. And they have ults to work with for delays.
Man, NRG knows there's going to be heavy scaling from 100 Thieves. Look how smart they're playing this. Honestly, Nulkaman could get pulled out here once they hear him coming into the site. Yeah, Armageddon's going to get used on one side. They may just hold the Null Command for further rounds. Yeah. Mata starts. There's 2. 3. Oh, almost 2 in a row for Mata. Verna's going to be able to capitalize on the last frag there, but man, you imagine how good Mata's feeling right now, even with the 9.
Oh, you're looking at his face. Yeah, he's smiling, but he doesn't look like he's got like jumping out of his chair. It's just like, this is a normal day.
These guys are so calm. FNS has put together a team that's so measured, has these instances happen, and you're not seeing the players lose any of that confidence in a pop-off. They're not going overly hype. It's all calculated, and almost so calculated we got 2 aces in a row.
Almost a second.
Holy moly, that's crazy.
Almost a back-to-back. Almost a back-to-back.
Yeah, really, you'd be absolutely called Mr. Back-to-Back after that. right in kickoff, pulling out plays like that. The impact frags from Mata on the Jet, 21 and 13 with 4 assists. Cryo's trying to catch up at 13 and 12.
Definitely leading the scoreboard for Mata. And it all started with that thrifty round that NRG had too to start activating Mata, that weapon that was picked up, but also the trap play that was done. I mean, to walk into that smoke, to do the fault line and salvos, to pinch back towards the pillar and even towards the back of the control here on the top of the B ramp, really caught 100 Thieves off guard and allowing NRG here to take this over. I mean, this is just pure masterclass once again of this crazy comp that's coming out from, I'd like to say, Bangkok at this point. I mean, he came out with crazy comps on Oxygen with the Lotus before as well.
Yep.
And now he's making it work, and also no reps probably was done here for 100 Thieves against this type of play style.
And some of these players no stranger to that. Verno with that squad as well knows exactly what Bangkar's mind is going to be putting into the mix. So a lot of these guys are just comfortable with it anyway. 100 Thieves, 4 alts. See if they get these. They did, in fact, hold Asuna's null command in that engage last round. But NRG has been doing such a good job at retaking the site. I was saying it was a little weird when 100 Thieves would get mid-control past Street, but NRG is not actually feeling that. They seem to recoup and figure out what 100 Thieves is doing right away as FNS has the read.
I mean, even out at this timeout, I think it comes down to that moment where 100 Thieves do want to find a little bit more of that information at the very beginning of these rounds before they start activating. So looking towards the extremities, where could this operator be? It's inserted this time for Mata out towards the A orb, and to go for a mid-round, pushing towards the art. And there's really no help coming out from NRG here.
What push-up. So much control. We see Mata, we talked about it on Lotus when he's raised, sometimes going off by himself, holding things. The team trusts him. He's got the skill. Here the A site comes. The hit from 100 Thieves. Quick spam from Ethan, though. They're going to be pushing straight through.
I love that. Pushing back to make sure that you take down the operator from Mata, and now you give yourself an exit in the pulse plan to be able to play it in front of the A site if you need to.
Steel guard, just about everything getting whipped out here for the side 100 Thieves. They need to secure this round. They want to keep NRG off a game point. The importance of this one is huge on NRG's map pick.
What a good stall.
1 kill, almost a second one spammed through the wall. It's going to be another one from EU as he looks for a 4th kill. The jump, possibly the ace coming in from EU. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a hot series.
Fireworks now coming out in the second map between NRG and 100 Thieves. A hectic round coming out on their side. Player disadvantage for 100 Thieves, and once again, EU popping off.
Another ace by iBuyPower. If you think I was kidding, get over to their socials at iBuyPower. Start participating in that with the hashtag #UnlockYourAce. You're going to be getting a $100 gift card or $100 in and $100 in iBuyPower rewards each time it happens again. Crazy stuff right now coming from this game, from both teams, pulling out all the stops. We're getting ace after ace. And now this thing slowed down as we hit round 20. Can't wait to see what the next bout of action gives us.
I'm still trying to find time to digest here. These crazy plays coming out from Mata and EU on both sides. But through that chaos, look at the position that you currently have here on the attack. Xander's already up around the corner and was trying to hopefully catch somebody out. He's been good in these moments. The way that 100 Thieves kind of scaled up towards that spot was dropping that smoke at that very spot, and he ADSs on the top of the billboard to actually take down the operator. And that's a huge responsibility given to Xander on a rifle against an op. Meanwhile, though, 100 Thieves are looking to split towards the A site where NRG has perfect placements for stalls. Look at the Razorvine. The fault line's going to help. Salvo 2.
They're going to go back to the op.
He's about to jump up.
He's been watched.
Almost a deja vu, but both players missed. But we are pinching back for 100 Thieves to snuff towards that B site, to swarm that area.
Cosmic Divide. Oh, Sam, you are disgusting. He does it again. few more. FNS and the team feel like they just have to finish this stranglehold on 100 Thieves, and game point comes from another incredible round from NRG.
Redemption there. Sean Garris could breathe a bit. None of that cove coming through. Is just going to be a clout burst, and he takes the upper hand this time around. And NRG now at map point. The verge of pushing this to a tiebreaker map on Bind.
Something about Sam in that B site, Vans. Just whether it was last time he was playing, we saw him with Ares back there spamming through smoke. Now it's on the Astra. Before it was the Harbor. It doesn't even matter. He is still putting out numbers no matter what he's on here. And that was a huge one.
Last year as well, playing around his pit against Cloud9 on Icebox.
Yeah. Wild stuff. Sam never ceases to amaze. So now it's up to 100 Thieves. The ultimate pressure on here as NRG look to close out their map, bring us to a third. That decider is Bind. Both teams having an incredible Bind, so it would be the perfect closer to this one.
Especially with the way that that round was played on the defensive end for NRG. They really pulled the rug under the momentum that 100 Thieves just had behind EU's ace. The economy's broken to 2 rifles, a stinger, and staying all the way back towards that spawn. And again, remember, the longer that you wait around these times, you're gonna get snuffed by that util, stopped by the util rather, by NRG setup. No matter where you want to finish, look at the placements that you currently have from this Star and the Razor Vines. You also have the opportunity of salvos in the last seconds. You have to be more proactive.
This rotation from NRG. They're biting hard here. They feel comfortable with the retake on that fast of a rotate. That's what that tells me. And they're just going to go ahead and give up that B site. You see how far back Sam is playing, so they can make this work later.
And it's not the spike that crossed over, so that's good delay for the rotate to happen.
Huge delay.
No salvos left, though, for Ethan.
10 seconds and they plant up. This means they have to stay in sight. The fight is going to be right up front here towards the defensive side of where NRG's coming back in. The low buy causes 100 Thieves to go aggressive.
It's a big win con at this spot, at least for any players rotating back, but you definitely see it everybody from NRG are trying to fight back from the spawn.
Flash, smoke coverage, trying to pull any members of 100 Thieves out of the woodwork before they need to peek, and that's going to be the pop flash. Great kills coming in from the Stinger and the rest of the trades, but NRG finding the frags that they need to possibly close this one out to 2v2. Xander's low, Cryo and Xander keep it alive with 3 ending frags to bring us in another round.
2 HP remaining, and the rifles that we talked about that were brought into this round for 100 Thieves are the 2 rifles that saved the round for the Thieves, rather. Stealing the opportunity of NRG, pushing this to a 3rd map.
Oh.
Continuous good utility being utilized by 100 Thieves on the post plant. Where backs are against the wall, they're able to fight back with the initial flashes out from both the Vice, both the KO, and NRG pulling out the last timeout.
Settle the team. Figure out what they need to do here. Still, the movement on that one for NRG, still, we saw them going to A. Full retake to come back after the Vice wall was able to go up and stall. So the ideas are there. 100 Thieves just do really well at pushing up into their opponent's face when they know they don't have an advantage in the situation. They try to create one. So that's what NRG has to think about now. And their low buy that they're going to be coming in here. A few ults for 100 Thieves that could be put together here over the next few rounds if those orbs are grabbed, and it could make all the difference.
But NRG here, they still have 3 rounds in hand to be able to close this out. So the timeout is not necessarily for this round here because we know the economy is not the best for NRG going into this one.
Yeah, they're looking forward.
Unless, I mean, this is a map where we saw good things coming out from a Bucky. If you remember the matches yesterday with MIBR, some fans don't want to remember. The Artazine popped off with that Bucky. This time, Sam's going to try to do it with no armor, playing close towards middle.
Round 22, a default no spike here for 100 Thieves. And they're going to really pressure the map to get NRG moving around and figure out where they might be to hear them stampeding into position.
Already gone behind, though.
Yeah, they're so far. Where's the spike going to go? I mean, they're going to just let this work happen from EU before they even decide.
Yep.
Why not? What an insert.
2 scenarios right here. The push up from Art that gets punished, or EU is going to try to sell some sort of fake towards that spawn with the flank, and you force to rotate, and you still engage that fight towards Art. Still a 1-for-1 though. You'll take that on the side of NRG.
Mata hearing a bunch of footsteps run away here. He might be predicting that he's right on the heels of the team too. Oh, this last peek. How long are they going to look? Oh my gosh.
And there's this Bucky just around the corner. Oh no.
There's pain on every side. Van Zillion, it starts to deliver. Only one from Sam though. That means Mata's gonna start moving down street, and he has the back of everybody there. The ghost shots come in. The second one as well. And that's gonna be the round for NRG. A thrifty to bring it out. What a timeout from Bangkok there to set things up and bring us to a map 3 on Pearl.
Didn't have to play the long run after all.
Jeez.
Players moving through towards that fight again, engaging on that 4v4. Just allows your NRG to maintain their positions and come out with a surprise with the Bucky shot from Som. Crucial kills coming out from the controller player, one of the veteran players of this roster, and is able to have 2 crucial rounds to allow NRG to fight for their lives on Bind against 100 Thieves' home ground, pretty much of Bind.
Yeah, and we'll see. Does 100 Thieves still, we think they will have the Fade Gecko comp. They go for this double initiator, retake sites, take sites with aggression, and a lot of teams have been seeing it. They say they love Tejo, but it's not as many comps as we would think. This is going to be such a great series.
Yeah, and it never looked like a hit or miss in the composition for 100 Thieves on that map of Bind. We'll have to see what adjustments come through, and if they have to play against an Tejo, they'll know what to expect, they'll know what to do. So I'm looking forward for a banger of a 3rd map coming up here.
Both teams are warmed up. We're going to our 3rd map in this elimination matchup. We'll be right back after this break. Do not go anywhere.
Hey guys, I have a quick question for you guys, and that is, who had the most assists in 2024 VCT Americas? And that's Mazzino with 512. Hope you guys got it right. If you didn't, all good. There's always a next time. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.